Don't touch the fruitcake. Touch the fruitcake. Why in God's name would anyone want to? My brother and I agreed, despite being told repeatedly by my parents not to touch the fruitcake. Neither of us ever felt the desire to in the first place. My parents owned a patisserie. Our family lived about it. Every morning start at 4 o'clock, making sure the dough was proofing properly, farming grass and getting coffee put out for the early crowd. When my brother and I went stuffing ourselves on going almonds and chocolate croissants, we were helping in the bakery. Don't touch the fruitcake. Don't ever touch the fruitcake. 5 years ago, my parents both had strokes within a few days of each other. We thought they were going to die. They didn't were found. We thought the patisserie would close. But thanks to a constant effort by family and friends, we persevered until my parents were back on their feet. One wing of the business involved shipping frozen pastries to customers. We added fruitcake to our menu of goods, which was extremely popular during the holidays. Mom and Dad looked and acted differently after the strokes. Blank eyes. Absent means the business started tanking. They messed things up, putting out liquid egg whites instead of coffee creamer, forgetting the butter in short crust, underproofing stuff to the point of inedibility. But what became most trouble? Frozen fruitcake, shippable to anywhere in the world, kept us afloat. 3 o'clock one morning, my brother and I heard strange sounds, screeching, hissing, fluting. It was coming from my parents' bedroom. When we woke it and I recalled, you'll never be able to answer it. The mantis-like thing that replaced my parents after their strokes had set up a mean bakery in their room. There was a giant vat of dough, chipped nuts and fruit on the counter. Into the doing they were laying eggs. The creatures were squatting above the churning vat, appearing to shit into it. But it wasn't shit, it was water full of a million gooey. The thing that had been my mom hissed, wings fluting. The thing I thought was my dad snapped its mind. My brother and I ran. Wood splintered behind us as the roof was claved in two. We handled in our room, pushing the dresser in front of the door, and called the police. They came in the stage in the ceiling of my parents' room. 2 insectal silhouettes and been repeat where they deflown out and escaped. Morning sunlight shined through. Their skin decides hinged and closed. In the walk-in kitchen freezer, the cops found hundreds of boxes postmarked for all around the world. Each box counted levels of frozen fruitcake, each filled with the eggs of the insectal extraterrestrial things that had replaced my parents. Don't touch the fruitcake, said one of the officers. Loud and clear, sir. I hear you loud and clear.